Okay, I haven't shot a video in a while. Been, I don't know how long, maybe a year. I'm not really sure. But I wanted to give like a synopsis about what's going on in my house since all this started. Since I do have quite a few subscribers that have been following, I don't want to just end all the videos and not give them and anyone else who might, you know, start watching an explanation of why the videos just stopped. When we moved into this house, which was before 2020, um, everything was fine. I didn't believe in the paranormal. I never thought about the paranormal. My wife never talked about the paranormal. She had lost her parents. We had some little things going on before we moved in here that were easy to blow off, really easy. Um, and when we moved in here, we had four houses on this property. It's about 25 acres, pretty big. Had our landlady, their neighbors, the people living next door to us, and our house. People who lived next door to us, the man that lived there with his wife and his two children, he was kind of like the maintenance guy. He would go around all the different houses, and if you had anything going on, because my landlady rented everything, he would fix it for you, and it didn't cost you anything. It's a pretty cool concept. He was a nice guy. I didn't have really any problems with him. uh, One thing I started to notice was that he started going out. We have a shop that's across from us. It's like I don't know, it's an industrial shop. And he would go out there at night and he would sleep there. And I was like, okay, that's kind of strange. Why would he do that? And when I saw him the next day with his wife and his kids, everything was fine. They were talking, he was going into the house, not a problem. But when the sun went down, he would go out and sleep in the shop. And then one day he got arrested. I think the charge was he had some prescription pain medicine or something that didn't belong to him on him, and he went to jail. A couple of days later, his wife scooped up their kids and bolted and left all their stuff behind in the house. They didn't take anything with them. They took whatever they could fit in the car they were in. And so we were like, what the hell? They didn't come back. It's like they didn't come back the next day and start taking stuff out. They didn't come back for months. They came back a little bit at a time and took a few things, but really they left a lot of stuff in that house. And something that I noticed when I thought back after everything started in my house was a week after they left, my house blew up with activity. We were getting attacked. There was growling in the house. I mean, it all started at once. We were terrified to be in this house. In the middle of the day, I didn't want to be in this house alone. And I was telling my wife, there's something going on. I don't know what's going on, but there's something going on. I'm not losing my mind. And so I decided to start recording it. If I can record what's happening, then it's not in my mind, right? So before I started recording it, I started looking online because I remember I didn't believe in the paranormal. I started looking online for haunted houses, things that I could cross reference with my house about what was going on, and I could maybe learn about what was going on. And I couldn't find anything. All I found was some groups on YouTube that were just completely full of shit and trying to get they were staging all this stuff and trying to get subscribers to make money. And to me, that was a real insult to the field. You know, you can't learn anything by that. All you can learn how to do from that is how to rip people off, and that's not who I am. So I decided to create a channel that would record everything that was happening so that people could look at it and go, wow, that's happening in my house too. I thought that was really important. So I was never subscription driven. I was never pushing people to subscribe to my channel or, I didn't care about any of that. I just wanted to show you what was going on in my house so that you could maybe understand what was going on in your house. Maybe we could learn from each other. That was my goal. So the first thing I started doing was I started recording because a lot of the things I heard was audible. It was footsteps in my house, talking in my house, growling, all kinds of stuff. So one of the first things that I recorded was I downloaded just a simple digital recorder. Has nothing to do with the paranormal. It's called Parrot. And if you watch my videos, you know I use it all the time. And all it does is record sound. That's it. So I put it in my bedroom. And the very first thing I recorded was a Native American woman chanting in my closed, empty bedroom. Now, if I'm nuts, you can't hear that, but you could hear it. Now, that's not on my channel because I don't know what happened to that recording, but there's over 500 other videos that you can hear. So, I started taking pictures, taking video, recording my EVP sessions, and I wanted to put together a story about what was happening. And this is what I found out. Long story short, I'll try to keep it short. I try all my videos to be less than 10 minutes, so I'll try to keep it to that. When my wife and I, 20 years before we moved into this house, we picked up a demonic attachment. Now, having 3 independent professional paranormal groups and 1 verified psychic come into my house, I was able to put this all together, and my own EVP sessions. We picked up a demonic attachment, came here to our house. At the same time, we had Native American spirits who were on this property who had been here for hundreds of years. And next door to us, turns out a little boy was murdered in the house next to us. And when my landlady bought that house, she painted over the blood on the walls, his blood, not realizing how disrespectful that was to his spirit. So he's confused. They leave, and he doesn't know what to do. So he comes over to my house. While we brought this attachment in, now we've got the Native Americans in, and all 3 of them are in this house and just making our lives miserable. The Native Americans want us to leave so that the attachment will go with us because he's messing up their program. And the attachment is attacking us because that's what they do. And the little boy is going, what the hell? I don't know what's going on here. So we were able to isolate all of those things in the videos that I posted and find out the story. And if you watch one of my videos, one thing that the little boy would do is call for his mama. He did that a lot in my recordings. And I have a video short where he's doing that. But I also have where I'm talking to you about him calling for his mama, and he shows up as a disembodied voice behind me, and he's talking through the whole video. He's saying things like, can you hear me? Do you love me? Um, it's heartbreaking, you know? Sorry. No one wants to see a child in distress. No one wants that. So I'm trying to help him. And I don't know how to do it. I don't believe in the paranormal, remember? I mean, I don't believe in it. So what do? I started collecting his story. I started asking him questions. What's your name? How did you die? I knew he was shot because his blood was on the walls of that house over there, so it was violent. And he's, 5-year-old kid. So putting all this together and realizing that there's three entities that are involved in this, and they're all fighting each other, and they're fighting me, and I'm innocent. I'm like, I have nothing to do with this. I mean, in a way, I'm here, but I'm not encouraging any of this. And then I realize that I'm recording it, so I am encouraging it. But I wanted to find out what was going on. So we have the attachment, we have the little boy, we have the Native Americans. And so I started bringing in these groups. We started cleansing my house, doing investigations. Kristen James, who is a psychic that I brought in, look her up online because she's really amazing. She told me that the Native Americans agreed to stay out of the house. They're going to stay away. The attachment was not going to stay away, and the human spirits in the house were not going to stay away. So that took care of part of the problem. But what I realized after a while was once all this energy was used up, it was just going to all end. And that's what happened. It just all stopped. But until it did stop, I got photos, I got videos. You can look at my photos in this channel. You can look at my videos in this channel. Um, you can go to my Facebook group, Haunted. You can look at the photos there. I got some great photos. I mean, things that were terrifying me at the time, but now I look back at nostalgically because it was really something that defined this whole haunting for me. So right now, there's nothing going on. It's all ended. I hope it stays that way. Haven't heard from a little boy. Um, I wouldn't mind hearing from him, but I don't want to hear from him because he's trapped, because he's scared, because he doesn't know what to do. I got enough of that before. So I know this is a long video. It's 13 minutes now. I'm sorry about that. But I hope you got some information about what was going on then, what's going on now. And if anything else happens, I'll be sure and put it in a video. I'll talk to you later.